Carol.
Hi, Catherine. Long time no see.
I know. So you are an expert in customer loyalty. I know this is something you always work with clients on. I know that you consult on it. I know that you speak on it. And I know that it's something you always have your finger on the pulse of what's working and what's not. So I'm going to start by queuing you up by telling you what does not work.
Please do.
Having one more of these is not customer loyalty. This is a pain in the butt and, makes my keychain unwieldy. This does not make me feel special. This makes me feel like I gave you my phone number and my address to get better pricing. And I hate these. So it's not that. What is it?
Well, first of all, of course, it's not that, because that is bribery, right? That's basically saying, it's a transactional experience. You give us something, we'll give you something. And, whatever we give you, if somebody offers you something better, then you're probably going to go with something slightly better, because there really isn't any loyalty. It's just what's the best transaction.
Right.
So if you want to get into customer loyalty, you have to get into relationships. And why do people fall in love with somebody? It's because they make them feel special. They make them feel good. And it's the same thing with brands. And I know it sounds really hokey, but if your brand shows you that they care about you and they know, and that you go to the same restaurant all the time and they know what you order, they know your special dessert, and they take care of you versus you go there all the time and they're like, oh, have you ever been here before? You're going to have a very different reaction to that. And well, different people sort of glom onto loyalty for different reasons, and you have sort of these 5 pillars around best of breed product and service, customer service, experiences, affinity groups, or just that they come up with something that's relevant to you. At the end of the day, it is all about finding those ways to make you feel special. So as we're in 2019 now, I think that companies need to be doing a better job with their technology, and instead of giving you a little card and a little thing and making it really kind of impersonal, that they should be collecting data on you. And I know this sounds a little big brother, but information about the things that you like and the things that you don't like, so that when you are in the middle of an experience, that they can make it better for you. I mean, I have a favorite restaurant that my husband and I go to all the time. It boggles my mind that unless we happen to get a server that we've had before, that they don't know that, like, I literally order the same thing every time. I have the same drink every time. My husband orders the same dessert every time. They should be including that in the experience. Every once in a while, they should be bringing out an extra one. There is one staff member in this whole restaurant who happens to be a busboy who does know this. And when I sit down, he brings me over my club soda with lime, and he always packs up extra cornbread and bread for me. And you know what? I tip out the busboy in cash separately from the servers, because he makes you feel special. And part of the reason why we like going there is because of the busboy. I mean, think about that in terms of the front line of your customer service experience, that's somebody who's interacting. You wouldn't think that's who's bringing you the loyalty, but it is, because he remembers us and he makes us feel special. And so, if you don't have a major technology platform, you can use your Microsoft Outlook. Open up your contact for a person and take some notes. Remember the name of their spouse. Remember the name of their kids, where their kids are going to college, their favorite football team, something, so that when you're interacting, you have some cues. If you want to send them a little something that it's relevant to them, people love that. And the fact that technology is becoming so impersonal will actually, if you harness it in the right way, allow you to be very personalized and stand out. And it's something that a small business can actually do much more easily than a big business.
Okay. There's also another fail I'll cue you up with, is the CVS receipts that come out and they're like 20 feet long, and there's jokes on the interwebs about how many CVS receipts does it take to hit the sun.
Sure.
I think that that's probably a worst practice as well. Although it does tend, you might tend to look at it and say, oh, I do need body lotion or something, but still not particularly imaginative.
No, and here's the problem with that. First of all, there's no clear call to action. There's 95 calls to action, and people's attention spans are like that fast. Right. So you're gone already. So you need them to focus on one thing, maybe two, but certainly not something that is that long. Second, we live in a digital age, so having a receipt that long and the chance that you're going to be able to keep that and carry it around with you and have it when you need it, the chances are slim to none. So again, it's not benefiting you in any way. It's probably cluttering up your life if you're trying to do it. And even though it's quote unquote personalized, it's not really that personalized. So if CVS has information about you, find a different way to deliver that experience, or something other than a receipt that's that long that's going to make you feel more that they care about you versus, oh, hey, did some data and this is what was the printout from the data. Nobody wants to, even if you use data, nobody wants to feel like you're just, being number crunched all the time. You have to put that veneer of personalization over it. I stay at a hotel in New York City, and their concierges are fantastic about this. Like I'll stop by and say hi in the morning, and they'll ask like an innocuous question, like, "Hey, we're eating some candy. Like, do you like milk or dark better?" We're having a discussion. It's like, "Oh, I prefer dark." And sure enough, later that night, dark chocolate is in my room. And it was just like very clever that they found a way to like get that information and then act on that information. And so, this is not a difficult thing to do, but, just because it's not difficult doesn't mean that it's not difficult to implement, shall we say, because you have to take the time and the effort to do. So not difficult in concept, but, spend the time to do that.
Time and effort, I think, is something worth pointing out.
And caring, and actually caring about it. I mean, if you don't actually care, that shows through.
Okay, but is there a price point of what you're selling associated with that? Because with the transparency of pricing, we can all go and look at what things cost at different places. How do you use customer loyalty as the way to fight against that race to the bottom of somebody looking to save $5?
Well, if you've got somebody who's looking to save $5, they're never going to be loyal, because that's going to be the most important thing. So if you have somebody who's going to trade on price, they're transactional, they're always going to go to the place that's the lowest cost, and that's not a customer that you want to focus on. And I know that that's hard to hear, but if that's the only thing they value, they will not be loyal. They're not a loyal customer. The way that you basically battle this is that you trade off portion or maybe all of your marketing spend and focus it on your existing customers, because it's much easier to upsell a customer that you're already having a discussion with, and to get them to buy more frequently or to buy more in one transaction from you than it is to get somebody that you don't know. And they're also a great conduit to telling other people. So there's a portion of this which is incentivizing them to let their friends and family and colleagues and business partners and whatnot know that they should be doing as well. And if you're really sneaky, you can send them a t-shirt with your logo on it, then they can advertise for you. But it's very important to point out to always take care of your existing customers as well as your new customers. There is nothing more frustrating than the cable commercial or the phone deal where, hey, for new customers, you get $100 off. And it's like, I've been paying you money all this time. What are you doing for me? It's like, well, we're just trying to get new customers. Well, it'd be much better for me if you took that $100 and said, hey, Carol, I'll give you $50 and your friend $50 if one of your friends signs up. Now it's a bonus for us. It's the same $100, but you're not pissing off your existing customer. So taking your marketing spend and putting it towards that customer base that you're already having a dialogue with is actually a much better and easier return on investment, especially for a small business, than just kind of spraying and praying and hoping that you're going to catch the attention of somebody new.
Right, and it's a cheaper cost per acquisition by a long shot.
Absolutely.
That was fantastic. I'm gonna stop you there. Anything you want to leave us with?
Uh, I would say is loyalty in relationships, even though it sounds simple, is the key. So focus on that. Use the technology, lather, rinse, repeat. You can't go wrong that way.
Fantastic. Thank you, Carol.